If you're watching this and there's no live red in the corner, we're no longer live. We will post afterward. I'll wait for a few people to get on while I mix some epoxy. Hello, hello. When you jump on, say hello so I know who's here. And so far I'm not seeing any comments. Let's see if that'll... Well, so far I'm not seeing comments, guys. So hopefully... Oh, interesting. So okay, so I can see comments now. Hello, hello. It's been a while. Hi, Debbie. So, I have my phone off of Wi-Fi because my Wi-Fi will mess it up. Hopefully everyone can see clearly. If not, please let me know. Hello, hello. As you come on, please go ahead and say hello so we know who's here. I didn't mix up enough epoxy, so I'm having to add some more. So this is really just more getting kind of back into this. I will be doing more lives. I will go back to working with showing how to use powders. Work's been a little crazy lately. So things have calmed down and I am getting back into it. I do apologize for being out of it. So we'll see how that goes. Hello, hello. We're going to play with some interference powders. And I had not mixed up enough epoxy. So we're going to use a red, a blue, a green, and a purple, I believe. And I'm going to do something that I've been wanting to try. Linda had done something and on a blackboard, and I want to try it on a cup and see what it does. So, again, hello, hello. Please say hello as you come in. If you are typing, I'm not seeing it at the moment. I see Debbie. That's all I'm seeing. So, I have already mixed up my epoxy and I have already added epoxy to my 2 cups. So, we'll give it a minute. How's everyone doing? It's Friday night, so not sure how many people will be on. So, on 1 cup, I'm going to put glitter on in preparation for doing something else on top of it. But I want to do it on a smooth coat, not on glitter. I want to use some of the liquid shimmers to go over the epoxy. Hi, Debbie. This has liquid shimmers on it, and that's the chrome set. So this is just on a black cup. So I'm putting glitter, and we'll see if it'll work, because it'll be dark, hopefully. And then on the other cup I have black, and I'm going to mess with it with some interference powders, also known as fairy dust. We're using super red, and I don't know if that will help. Yeah, there we go. I have got to get a light in here. We're using super red. We're using super blue. I know that's probably not showing where you can read it. Super green. And super violet. So for those that are not familiar, interference powders, or as I call them, fairy dust, they react to a black background and they mix up white, well, kind of a cream color, and it's hard to see, but there is a, this is the violet one, I believe. So I'm going to go ahead and move you guys down so you can look. I will pay attention to comments if you have any questions and you know the answers. Hi, Melinda. Then please feel free to answer. So we're going to work on this cup first. And we're going to use the interference powders, which is a mica. And this one is super red. So they react to the black background. So you can't just apply them. They're going to come out like this if you do, which is not what you're looking for. You can kind of see the colors in there, but that's applying too much. So we're going to drizzle it, and I will get it so you can see it when I'm done drizzling. So I think you can kind of see. I've got to reset up some things so that it's closer for you guys to see a little better. And again, I apologize, I don't really have a good light over here. So that's the red. And then this one is the blue. So you can kind of see how that red is. This one's the blue. Oh, it's such a pretty blue. And I'm just drizzling it back and forth. And I did not put a ton of epoxy on this because I don't want it to merge, because I'm going to do something with it once I finish this. And I really don't want it to do a lot of moving. So this is green. And again, that's the miracle, is once it gets on a black background, it changes. And I think you guys can see that, hopefully. And I'm not putting a lot on my stick because I don't want big globs if I can help it. And I'm just visually putting it into 4 sections on the cup. And see there, I got too much. So, anyone else? Feel free to chat, ask questions. For those just joining, I'm using the interference powders. They're mica powders that react to black. And this one is the super violet, which is one of my favorites. And again, you can see that it's kind of white, but when it comes on here, it's magical. And I will take you guys off of there here shortly and allow you to see up close. And these also will make good peekaboo cups. I'm going to do just a little bit like that on the bottom of each one. I don't want to do too much. And I'm not as worried about the bottom. Of course, again, this is just a play cup, and I will probably do a peekaboo on it. So let me wipe my hands off, and I will take you off, Linda, and show you. So bear with me for a moment, because I do have you connected to a charging cord. And you can see, so there is what they look like mixed up in epoxy. You can tell they have a little bit, you can tell that's blue, and that one you can't really see. And there's the purple, but look at what they do on black. So that's the red, the blue, the green, and the violet. And then I just did this on the bottom. It will swirl around. But one of the things I want to do, and Linda is the one that inspired me, because a while back ago she did a flat board doing this, and then she proceeded to drag it down, which is what I'm going to do. Yes, they are very vibrant. Again, though, you have to be cautious with them. Now I'm going to go in between, and I'm going to go up. So I'm kind of doing a Bargello appearance, hopefully. And again, I'm just really just kind of playing. Hi, Kathy. So there we go. As it moves around, I expect it to kind of go down a little bit. Hi, Brooke. So you can see again, this is the interference for those just joining us. What is also known as fairy dust. And this is the red, the blue, the green, and the violet of the Super Series. You can see where I got a little too much. See how it's not quite as green? And then I just drug a thing through it to kind of make it do things. And again, because it's turning, it will move around. So, and again, this will just kind of move around. I did not put a lot of epoxy on it because I didn't want a ton of movement. And I'm going to actually kind of do this with it. So, and again, just a reminder, epoxy does self-level. And you can see that here, it's starting to happen, where it's starting to fill in where I drag it across. So, those are those. If anyone has any questions, we are going to be going back to doing lives on a regular basis. And, oops. Let's go this way. And what have you. So you will be seeing more lives. This next cut, oops, if I can move anything. I just wanted to get that kind of out of the way so I can move this one over. Linda, you remember that board you did a while back ago and then you decided to drag through it and it looks so cool? That's what I was going for. So now what I'm doing is just moving this one over so you guys can see it better. There we go. So the purpose behind this one, oh, I'm sorry, I did bring this in. This is another thing you can do with the interference powders. You can dribble a little and then blow with a straw. And that's again on a black background. They do have to be on a black background. So I did this a while back ago, and I did not invent this. Someone else had done this. I think Tara Ritchie started it, doing that. And it does a really cool kind of galaxy look. So you can also, if you're into clay, you can take black clay, roll it out, put a pattern on it, take your brush and brush the interference patterns, and you'll get the look too. So there's a lot of things you can do with it. So this one, what I'm doing is getting my hands yucky. Thank you, Debbie. Sorry, I'm getting epoxy on my hands. I'm trying to get some of it off. So I've been working on a cut for something else, and as a lot of you know, I do a series called Liquid Shimmers that I've been remiss on, and I've done them with the chromes, and it's just a little bit of powder and alcohol, and you use them like alcohol inks. Again though, it has to be on a black background. And this is what I did, and I added a little bit of glitter to it, so. But you can see how they just move around like an alcohol ink. So what I want to do here is I want to add glitter, and then I'll let it cure. And then I will probably put a thin layer of epoxy over it so I have somewhat of a smooth surface. And then I'm going to drop the chrome liquid shimmers, not all over it, but kind of like a peekaboo, and see how that goes. So I have chosen a green, a teal or turquoise, another green, a violet, and a dark blue, and I believe they are all hollow. And trust me, when you have powders, hi Cindy, dust gets everywhere in here. So it's not so much that I'm not dusting my room, it's just this powder gets everywhere. So I'm just going to randomly put glitter on. I am going to do the whole cut with glitter, but it is going to be random. So I'm just going to start with this green. And there's no rhyme or reason as to how I'm doing it. I've got 5 colors. So that's the green. I'm usually a bad glitter mommy because I forget to, when I'm not using very much of it, I forget to put it back on. Yes, I've missed all of you guys. So now I'm going to use the blue. And this just has a thin layer of epoxy on it. And one reason I'm using kind of jewel colors is because with the liquid shimmers, you do want a dark background, and hopefully this will work. So I give up. I'm not using enough to worry about it. This is my darker green. Actually, I'm going to come in with my purple first because I feel like I'm getting too much of those colors together. And again, it's no rhyme or reason, and it's mainly because I'm going to come back in with the liquid shimmers. And if I can get it and take care of everything. Hi, Dawn. I may do live tomorrow night with them to show you what I'm talking about, if it works, hopefully. I'm not really worried about getting glitter on the glitter because, as y'all know, it will brush off. It'll only stick to the other. So this is another green, a darker green. And this is a teal or turquoise, however you want to call it. And I think I'm going to go back over and get a nice dark purple. I think I need a purple. So I'm going to look at, be right back guys, let me get some purple. So I went and got another color, a darker purple, because I felt like I was getting too much green. So and I'm actually deliberately letting this stay because I do need to do the bottom. So I'm just, and these are some older glitters I just had. I'm gonna add to the till. And let it come back around. Hi, Tara. I'm going to kind of go back over some of these areas just to give them a little bit thicker and make sure I get good coverage. And again, the purpose behind this is I'm going to ultimately do the liquid shimmers over it. So I do want it kind of dark for them to work. Again, I'm just kind of going over what I already did. If it's going over other colors, it will actually come off as it turns. So I'm not too concerned about that. And I deliberately am letting it fall underneath because I'm going to sort of mix it up so I can do the bottom. But again, I will let this turn and then I will do another layer of epoxy because to use these, I really want a smooth surface. So what I'm going to do now is kind of gather it into one area. I'm going to shut it off. And because I don't have very much epoxy on it, I don't worry about it moving around too much. So let me put that back on the turner. So that was just a combination of 6 different glitters. And what I'm trying to do is, once it's done, I'd be done this with the Chrome Liquid Shimmers. And I'm going to do it over this, but I'm not going to cover everything. So kind of a pseudo Milky Way, whatever you want to call it, that hopefully will work. And then I'm going to take y'all down for a minute and show you again how this one's doing. This is the one we did, and see how those lines have filled in now. I'm just giving it kind of a Bargello appearance. And that's the red and the blue, the green and the purple. And then I just kind of mixed it around on the bottom. The other thing you could do with this is put an opal over it and let the color shine through the opal. So, and again there I got too much. That's why I was trying to be careful and not do any thick lines, because you don't want it to end up like that, which you can see has colors, but it doesn't show them. You can see like up there. So that's what happens when you put too much on. And then we have this. I'm fine that that's not all covered. It's okay. I probably missed some of the epoxy. But we're going to try that with the liquid shimmers that I used on here. Hi, Heather. So, and this is just showing everybody the interference colors, which I call fairy dust. Fairy dust. And I have a fairly large amount of them. I also have it in gold, and I have it in teal, and I have it in yellow, and a brighter blue, and a different purple. So, excuse me. Yeah, Heather, you always want something. Tara, I introduced the liquid shimmers last year. And I did them with both the chrome and the color shifts is what I did them with. You can also do it with Micas. It mostly does well on a black cup. And this is just the chrome powder. Yes, you do, Heather, and everyone knows it. You try to steal all my cups. I don't think you've seen this one, Heather. That's the one I showed you. Yeah, I don't remember if you did or not. Right now, I think I only have the chrome ones up because I got to make up some more. But it's honestly, it's a teeny. That's about that much powder, just the very tip of it. And then 91% alcohol, and in these ones, which are a little bit larger, you only filled up half. And then I had some I'm out of right now that were smaller, and you could fill those up. But like when this evaporates, I can actually add more alcohol. You can see where the separation is, so you have to shake it. And it does real good. The other ones do, and I think you can do the interference, but I haven't really tried it. I'm going to probably try that. And then Tara, I was also talking about this, which I think you introduced us to this method, which is where you just gently sprinkle some of it and blow on it. So, thank you, Tara. So, okay, guys. I'm working on getting the craft room put back together. Sorry. Whew, it's hot. So, I have other things I'm going to be doing that are outside of the powders. Although, I went and bought red cedar planks. And I will be routing out a river and using Micas and glow powders in that river to sell. But I will be showing you guys, and I got like cabinet poles that you can put on either side and make a tray out of. I also want to do one that can be like a buffet table with a live edge. It'll have the live edge. That's really cool. So I'm hoping to get to those early next week. I will definitely go live to show because I'll be using powders. Please, please, please feel free to go live in this group. I am back. I promise. Work had been really, really crazy and stressful. And I was at a point that I just came home and didn't want to do anything. So I have fixed that issue. And I am back. And I will be going live on a regular basis. I'll be introducing new products. I do have some new products I am testing. However, due to various things outside of my control, it will probably be a while before I can introduce them, just because of supply. But I do have more things to introduce. I am looking at other colors of different ones that we already have, types of powders. I'm also looking for if we can get the liquid, I don't know what it's called, the mood ring stuff. The liquid you can put on a cup and it turns different colors with the heat of your hands. I've been looking at that for a while. However, it's rather expensive. So I haven't figured out a way to get it and not be horribly expensive to provide. So we'll have to see how that goes. But we are definitely back. We will definitely be going live. I will probably go live tomorrow afternoon with the cup that I just did with the glitter. Because I should be able to get up in the morning and put a coat on, or even here in a little bit, put a thicker coat of epoxy on, so that I can use the liquid shimmers on it. So we'll see. There's no guarantee that they do like a black background, but I'm hoping they'll do okay since the glitter's kind of dark. Worst case, they'll come out just kind of milky, which wouldn't be a bad thing either. So, but yes, I will definitely be showing on the red cedar. I was able to get some at a good price for the other side of mine and Heather's business that we actually sell what we make. But I will be using powder because I always wanted to do these, and I think it's really cool. So we will play with that. So I'm going to jump off now, you guys. It's Friday night. Go have fun. And I will post tomorrow when I'm going to go live to finish up the glitter cup with the liquid shimmers. If you have any questions, reach out. Put them on this live. I will check it and make sure I answer anything. Thanks, guys.